Alrighty then. Welcome to the Early Bird Special. It is a Tuesday right here, 7:04 p.m. in Bakersfield. I'm Chris Burdick. That is Sparky, our special guest of the day. Mr. Anthony Jauregui is joining us once again and is apparently enamored with his cold brew.
Yeah, I'm drinking cold brew Black Rifle coffee to make you want to beat your wife.
Oh,
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
Solo. Yeah.
This can looks scary, dude. This can looks like a skin in Call of Duty.
Shotgun it right now. It's called Rifle Coffee because you have to shotgun it. So
The
you have to
last time I
shotgun it right
shotgunned something,
Look, you got a bottle open everything right there on your. I'm joking. Let's not do that. No, there's way too much tech. I'm just joking.
Cleaning doesn't come till next week.
No, and I'm not.
Next
about to
week,
get
no
blamed.
wonder there's an old donut out there
Like,
from 3
fuck
weeks
him, I
ago.
quit.
I'm not about to get blamed for why half this stuff just shorted out because we just. Oh no.
Oh crap!
But
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Solo because we will get into a little WWE at the end. We got a whole bunch of NFL stuff we'll get into. The Lakers sold and Jeanie Buss and the family are at odds again. We'll get into that. But
Oh yeah.
Anthony, it's good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see you guys. I mean, my whole life's been thrown upside down. I don't see you guys anymore. I don't get a call. I got a text. I mean,
We didn't know if you had an agent or.
my agent is me. It's me, and he just speaks Spanish. And
I can get you on a different show at 7:30 or 8 on Thursdays if you want.
Oh, is that a Spanish one? Or?
No, you can talk to Scott Cox.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Scott Cox. His son, and I go back.
Me
So,
too.
yeah.
I used to babysit him.
Oh yeah, I did a lot of things with that.
Really,
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
Brett
I mean,
is
that's-
a piece of something.
Yeah, he's
Phrasing.
a piece of cake. That's
I
what
love
I'm
that
thinking.
kid.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. He used to play guitar in the jazz band at Foothill.
Oh, yeah.
That dude.
He killed it.
He killed it so much. He was like the kid that everybody knew like was super cool and like played instruments and had a bunch of bitch. We can cuss on this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Had a
can
bunch of bitches and hoes and stuff, and he was just a little pretentious, but that's all right.
little
He was,
bit.
he was a little.
I mean, you'd love Scott then. It's father like son. He wasn't born with that. That passed on to him.
Oh man, yeah. No wonder
I'm gonna tag him in this too.
I have my dad's cock size. So
Oh,
So
Jesus.
I hate everyone because of it.
yeah.
So no, how life's been treating you? What have you been doing? You still doing open mics on Thursdays or crashing the Monday night ones?
Let me get comfortable up here. I feel like I'm doing.
Oh my God! I picked the right angle for the camera.
I'm doing
today.
open mics. I'm traveling up and down the 99. You guys ever heard of Lindsay, California? Yeah, I just sold out the school lunch yard. No, there's. I've been in Visalia. I just got back from Atascadero. You know, I've been killing these road gigs, guys.
Life's been good.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's been good. I've been kind of doing mediocre on the road, but
You got one
I
in
mean,
Delano coming up?
yeah, I got one in Delano, California, Delano as we call it. I will be at La Fonda Taqueria on 22nd Avenue, which is just 2 blocks away from my childhood home. So.
Nice.
And by childhood home, I mean my sister's house that I grew. I mean, so I'm going to be in Delano. That'll be fun. But the last time I did a show in Delano, I thought it was going to be cool because I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm from Delano. I know all these references. It's going to be super cool. Everyone's going to know me. No one gave a fuck. No one laughed. No one gave a fuck that I made a joke about Cesar Chavez. I was mid as fuck. It was like a year in of comedy, and I performed at a hotel lobby, dog. So
Really?
yeah, and now I'm elevating and I'm performing at a taqueria,
Nice.
taqueria as we call it. Yeah,
Do you have to buy tickets?
yeah, you do,
Do you?
or you can just buy
Buy tacos?
yeah, well, if you buy some Coke from
Yeah, if
the
you come
owner,
buy-
then you get a free ticket at the comedy
I'm in.
show.
If I buy a quesadilla, do I get VIP?
Only if you add steak to it, buddy.
And get an 8-ball with
The
it.
only other way to do it.
Cheese only.
No other way to do
that'll
it.
get you a general admission ticket. You know, no glass Coke bottle for you.
See, ever since the morning show ended, I'd never hear from you. You
Yeah.
never text me back.
I
You never call me.
I don't.
I hit up Bets today. I'm like, hey, you have any extra tickets for Friday's show? Nah.
He's
No,
like,
no,
no.
we don't.
What the fuck? We go way back. What happened?
Did Anthony promise you that? Hell no. No, we
Nah.
don't. Shit.
That sounds just like Dan.
Okay.
Nah.
He said, no, we can't do that
No.
anymore.
You don't even gotta ask Dan. Just be like, Anthony, are you working? And
That's
I'd be
what I-
like, come
like,
on,
I'll just
Dan,
skip
buddy."
over.
Dude, honestly, dude, like Dan's never gonna listen to this, so it's all right. Yeah, dude, if you want free tickets to the show, man, just go a little bit after the doors open.
Yeah,
say
hit 'em
hi
out
to
of
your
here.
boy. I feel bad though, dude. We had we worked. Chris D'Elia was here this past week, and we had 4 really packed out shows. And I got a complaint from a coworker of mine who said that he's like, "Hey, man, did you was my family rude to you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "My sister said you were really a door guy was really rude to them, and I just want to know like if they were rude that that made you want to be rude back to them." And I'm like, who was it?" And he's like, "Oh, it was my sister. I didn't even recognize her." And I'm like, "Listen, bro, there's 200 people out there. If I snapped at one of you guys, I'm sorry. I pissed a lot of people off, you know." It also doesn't help that I was calling everyone a fucking bitch and stamping them with the cattle herd things, but no,
Cattle prod.
yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Back in your line.
Yeah, dude, it's a daunting job being the door guy, man. You gotta hold the fort. I've gotten into a lot of arguments. People have screamed at me. People have yelled at me. I have to speak to the manager. I tell them it's me. They laugh in my face. It's just
I am the manager.
I am the manager.
So how was that show?
It was great, dude. There was a lot of hoopla online about it. People were upset because this is a cancelable figure. But dude, the shows were excellent. No complaints. The people were laughing, standing ovations. It was like a total dichotomy because again, there was a lot of drama with booking this guy.
Really?
He has some cancelable actions in the past.
Dude, what? Wasn't he the pedophile dude from Workaholics?
No,
The Workaholics, so he's just the pedophile dude from the pedophile dude.
Really?
Yeah, no,
I thought he played the pedophile dude on Workaholics.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't.
I honestly can't remember. I haven't watched
that's where
Workaholics
that was
forever.
his first big gig.
A lot of people know Chris D'Elia from the TV shows and shit, dude. I know him from stand up, and
I do
even
too.
then, I don't know him from stand up. I just
Yeah.
know his name, and I never even watched his stand up, and I kind of just.
I didn't even know he did stand up.
Right?
No, he's.
Yeah.
That's what I knew him from was stand up because when I was younger, I would listen to the audio CDs of stand ups and stuff like that through. Oh God, was it
Who's old now?
Pandora?
Well, dude, Pandora's old as hell.
It is.
That
It is. Again, I said
My
I was in high school.
ex-girlfriend used Pandora. I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? This is an
I said I
Apple
was in
Music
high school.
house.
This was a while ago.
Was your
But no, you
Napster
just-
down?
You just throw on a station and it would just cycle through, and
Yeah.
his would pop up all the time, and they were actually very funny. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
no,
and
I
I
heard he
feel-
did something to get himself canceled.
Yeah,
so.
he was texting underage girls, didn't know they were underage. I don't know. I'm not his attorney. Look it up. I don't care. But yeah, there was just a lot of hoopla around it. But ultimately, the shows were packed. And it was a good time, and I don't know. It was fun. So
he did that weird voice on Workaholics, and he was big for that.
Dude, I never saw Workaholics either. I know the show, but like
I mean, it got
I'm
mid
assuming
towards the end, but
like a lot of shows.
Yeah.
a lot of shows.
those first
SpongeBob,
season or two were
Were
awesome.
Great, yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, Courage the Cowardly Dog. The last season really tapered off. So
I couldn't
Not a
even
fan,
tell
or-
you what the
I don't
last
know what that
season of
is.
show is.
looking for a yes
Now
and there,
who's
guys.
old?
I don't even
Never
know if
heard
they
that.
had more than 4 seasons.
Is
but-
it in Espanol? I don't know what you're talking about.
I loved that show growing up. But do you guys have any other shows coming up right now, or
I know the mystery show is coming up. That
Yeah.
I did buy tickets for
mystery
that.
show?
Yeah, hey,
And
dude.
I text Betts. I said, "Hey, I got VIP tickets for the mystery show." He said, "I'm still not telling you who it is."
yeah.
And he
damn it.
and
I'll
he
tell
then
you
he
who
told
it
me.
is.
He said, "I think I might have maybe oversold this one." He said, "Because I'm getting all sorts of people texting me and saying this and that and all these names." He's like, "Not even close, dude. It's not that
even
big."
close. That's too big.
Yeah, that's what he was like. What the fuck?
He's like, I might have fucked off. People are saying, is Dave Chappelle coming to
Right. It was Dave Chappelle. It was a couple other ones that he mentioned. He's
Wow,
like,
you guys are getting Russell Peters back in action.
it's gonna be someone I already seen there.
Maximini. You guys don't even know who that is, but he's famous in Farsi. Yeah, dude. There's gonna be
Anthony Rivers.
I almost want to tell Dad, bro, just let me dress up and pretend to be the headliner that night.
And dude, I was so bummed. We did the roast battle, and I was all nervous. Oh, it's gonna be Nathaniel Webb sitting next to me, and he came out with his little
his
the
character.
Skeletor, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Has he redone that, or is that a one-time deal? I didn't get to go to the next one.
That was a one-time thing, and it
Yes,
died.
I'm actually okay with the big
Yeah,
one-time thing.
it was just like a character he whipped out,
Lord
and I
Vicious.
didn't realize after because I'm not a huge WWE guy, but he's like that one guy that dressed dresses up, right? Like,
Yeah, Danhausen.
Oh, Danhausen?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the white face kind of. Yeah, I can see where you're getting at with that. But I mean,
I thought it was the dude from like Bill and Ted.
yeah, that's more what I was looking at. I just thought it was
Excellent
a funny bit he
adventure.
was doing. I thought it was great. I really was kind of thinking he was going to keep that thing going. But
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what he's like on the inside, but he just put some makeup to it. It feels good being here late at night, man. I came in here without a bra, guys. It's there's still a lot of traffic. I'm still sleepy though. Those are two of the common denominators, but it feels good to see you again, man.
it's good to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're going to talk a little football because it is
Thank
preseason.
God, dude. Because
Are
the
you
last
excited?
time
Football
I
season's
am.
here.
The last time I was in here, dude, I came in high, and we started talking about basketball right after that. I was like, bro, I do not know.
Oh no,
what's
we might
going
talk
on.
a little basketball just because the Lakers sale.
Well, I'm
but-
sober today, so I'll be. I'll be able to figure. I'd be the guy that's really rich, his brother, right? About it.
Oh, who we're talking about here?
No,
Oh,
see, I'm already
Joshua
fucked up.
Kushner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go. Dude.
Donald Trump's
I,
son-in-law. I'm saying brother-in-law.
dude, I was doing research today. I was watching like as many fucking talking heads or what they're saying about the NFL, the big talking points. I'm like, I'm ready, dude. Pop quiz me. Let's hear it.
Oh,
I'm
we're not
ready.
gonna pop
I'm ready.
quiz today. I don't have any.
And he's playing
energy for
fantasy
that.
football with us.
Is he really?
Yes, he
Yes.
is.
Ah,
Ready to
so
get
your
your
money's
ass
the one
whooped?
I'll be taking.
He
Fantastic.
took over for Tyson.
Oh, that's right. Tyson had to take a step back. This
Yeah, as
season.
soon
It's
as he
unfortunate.
texts me, he's like, I got to sit out this one. And then I filled a spot with you. And the next day he texts me, well, if you have any open spots, man, I'm reconsidering. Like, it's already gone full.
Sorry, man. We're already locked in.
I
Draft
cut-
is in a couple weeks.
Dude, I think I fucked up because I joined like 7 leagues. I don't know how I'm gonna make this payment. I don't know how I'm gonna pay everybody.
You're going to pay everything off on a firm.
I've been
Like,
missing my
Jesus
Dodge
Christ.
Challenger. So
Hey, do you guys take Klarna?
Yeah, you take Klarna for your payments.
I need to make a down payment of $350 just to play a game with people I've never met and lose it
Oh,
all.
and lose it all.
God, it's the best form of gambling. It really is. We could start there though. What do you look for in a fantasy football draft? What's the first thing you go for?
Kicker, dude. Gotta
Of
get
course.
kicker.
Of course.
You get the
dog.
first pick. Who you
Yeah,
taking?
First pick. Who you
First
taking?
pick, just because these last couple years I've got fucked. I went like I got the best running back, the best quarterback, and those motherfuckers broke their leg or
Yeah,
got
or get
cut. So I'm
injured,
like,
yep.
this don't matter. It really
It
does
doesn't.
not. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
I think every year I get fucked on running back and tight end. So that's what I'm hitting this first round.
Everybody's team
Yeah.
looks good
Yeah.
on draft night.
Yeah,
I
100%.
try to explain to people like,
100%.
yeah, your team looks like you're gonna win it.
But no, you have a good mindset because the drop off for running backs and tight ends is so
Bro,
drastic.
After the third round tight end, you're getting third
Yeah.
string.
You can find a mid-tier quarterback in the league that'll still get you 30 points a
Yes,
week.
yeah.
But running backs are so hard to find. It's
That are-
almost frustrating.
It
That
really
are
depends on
consistent.
where you're at though, because if you're at
Yeah.
1 and you take a running back and he goes
Yes.
1 to
Yes,
12 and
yes,
12 to 1,
yeah.
and then you're like, fuck. What
See, but
do
you're
I
almost
do
like
now?
you
Dude.
kind of have to take someone like Bijan or something like that though to kind of hope and pray you can get something.
I-
better.
I'm nervous about Bijan. I
I
love
am
the
too.
guy. I have him on my,
No,
my
I-
keeper league, so I already have him in one
Right.
league. But with that offensive line,
not-
it's making me nervous.
I'm not with that quarterback. I'm not. It's not even worth it.
No,
you know, I'm not-
my number one piece of advice for anybody getting into fantasy football this year: don't take an Atlanta Falcon in any way, shape, or form.
To a
Don't take our
time?
quarterback. Don't take our running. Well, you could take Bijan if you're late in the first round because he's still going to get his numbers. But don't take Drake London. Don't take Kyle Pitts. This is going to be a really ugly year.
He's
Like I will
Burdick in the
most likely
background's
end,
like,
though.
yeah, don't take any
Don't
of the
take him.
Falcons. Don't take the Falcons. Suck this year, guys.
Bijan, I mean,
Bijan's going to get his numbers.
he'll
on
get
the
his,
run.
but you go back to those guys that get
Kyle
their big
Armpit.
checks,
Yeah.
and then they see you in practice. Oh shit, it's Tua.
Yeah, you guys got
It's
Zadarius
Penix.
Smith as an edge defender now. I don't know
Mhm.
how that's gonna
Is
go
that who
for
you were just telling me about,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, Atlanta got Zadarius to come out of
Look at
retirement.
this, Anthony pulling facts.
Look,
I was studying. I
I'm
was
okay.
watching YouTube before I came in.
I'm okay with it. We need an edge rusher. I don't care who it is. I didn't care if it was Joey Bosa or freaking Zadarius Smith, as long as somebody can come in and
Anthony
help us get to a
Howdy.
quarterback.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's better than what we have right now. So our star, I hate seeing this whole Packer stuff too because Michael Parsons, he didn't even play the end of the last half year, and then the Cowboys have Von Miller, Rashawn Gary, Quinnen Williams, Caleb Downs, freaking
You're starting to feel like you lost this trade a
Dude,
little
and
bit.
I'm like, yo, what the? I'm like, their defense looks like it's stacked over there. And I got dumbass Cowboy fans in my ear going, oh, Michael Parsons' next knee is neck. I'm like, oh, shut up, bro. I don't know if you guys saw that Von Miller meme that NFL memes put out. And it was like an old dog just slowly.
Yeah, Von Miller, like, I was like, really?
Odysseus' dog dying on the side of the road.
Odysseus' dog
It's
dying
Von
as
Miller.
fucking.
That's one guy I was like, you could have him. Like,
And I think it's
That's
kind of fucked up that all the pictures they use, it's his receding ass hairline.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog,
looking like John Cena when he first
looking
came
like
back.
me out there, bro. Like, that's
Gotta
pathetic,
go get
dude.
that cleaned up. You really do.
We're
I mean, the big news out of today, out of the NFL anyways, is Roger Goodell talking about we're going to have an international team sooner or later. And he says, you know, that they're going to push it. I know I was looking at it. I believe there's 10 games this year. Or no, 9 this year.
No, 9 this year, 10 I
10
believe starting
next year.
Because there's the 8 league
The minimum.
league minimum games, thank you. And then there's the one like contracted one between Jacksonville and the stadium out there, which again, just send them out to London already.
Well, I was told this morning that Jacksonville just locked in a deal with Jackson in Florida, and they're not going anywhere for at least 5 or 6 years. And I'm like, okay.
Then why do you have a contract with a stadium overseas?
Because that was the original plan,
Right.
was to move Jacksonville, and it was kind of backwards because I was giving them shit because the last 2 years they're the only team that gets to stay there for 2 weeks and play back-to-back games there, while a lot of teams have to play Sunday and then travel out to London, get used to this and that. And, you know, Jacksonville's all chilling. Like, we've been here for weeks. Like, we're already used to the time.
Right.
And the question is, I mean, one of those comments that he had mentioned is the plan is to have an NFL team out there. And we've been talking about this for probably over a year.
Oh, easily.
We thought Jacksonville, we went down teams that we thought would fit because of their crowd. I mean, Chargers, I would throw in because one, they're sharing a stadium, maybe the Jets, I don't know, but there has been talks of maybe even pulling this into an expansion, and we haven't had an expansion since what, the Jaguars and Panthers?
Yeah, that was the last one.
And that's what, 15-20 years ago.
Yep.
And I'm just thinking, I mean, instead of forcing the NFL to move a current team, I think with the money they make, they're going to look at it, okay, well, we'll just add 2-4 teams and move them all out there.
Well, again, that's
start a whole division out there. Like, what do?
They have to do conferences if you do an expansion.
And get rid of all the divisions and have the AFC and NFC. And I think how the playoffs have been switched over, now it's the division winners and all that. It'll be a lot easier to just be, okay, the top 7 make the playoffs. Every team is in the AFC or the NFC, and now it's the conferences.
And see, because the only way you can continue doing divisions in my mind is if you make the expansion 8 teams and literally everybody gets one overseas team that they have to go play twice a year.
And go back to 5 teams in a division.
Exactly. And I don't think that's in the NFL's mind right now. The way playoffs are set up, the way everything is really shaking up the last couple of years, it makes more sense to me that they say, screw it to divisions. We're going back to conferences. Whoever is the top of the conference by the time playoffs start is who gets the playoff spots. And you can just throw 1 or 2 international teams on both sides, 2 in the AFC, 2 in the NFC, and everybody's hunky-dory. We just start brand new teams overseas. I still say, though, the biggest problem with this is the jet lag and the travel and all of that you're going to have to deal with. The players are going to that's going to take a toll on the players over time. And if you're going from London to San Francisco to Dallas, back to San Francisco,
back to London,
it's gonna suck. And if for free agency sense, when you're deciding, do I want to play in the United States or do I want to go play, let's say, in Mexico City? I think there's a lot of factors that are going to now be coming into the situation. How safe is it to actually play in Mexico City and live there with my family? Do I want to deal with the travel that much when you're playing? Because now half the year, you're going to be the one making the trip really long distances to go play these teams. So there's still a lot of factors to this that I don't know if the NFL is really factoring in or taking seriously. And that's my biggest problem with it.
I think the biggest thing that we're ignoring here is is that we're letting non-whites play this ball.
Oh my
We're letting
God.
non-Americans play our sport, dude.
They're gonna have to move over into some type of a tax agreement with other, other countries.
That's
the
another
sports
thing too.
tax, and the other thing is
Super Bowl.
we've heard from other players, and that is one of the things Goodell said is we want a Super Bowl there, but before that we wanted a full-time team there. And we've heard from players, because I was more shocked that a lot of players don't have a problem with it. They're like, I would much rather live in Birmingham or Alabama, or not Alabama, London, or Mexico City, and a lot of them. But does that, adding more teams, that means less money in the pot, which is growing every year, so it doesn't really matter.
They're gonna make all that money back regardless.
But as a football fan, I have to get up at 6:30 in the morning again because my Dolphins are playing in London or whatever it is. I think this year, is it this year that they're having the first game in Russia? There's a Russia one that they're trying to work out with.
Aren't they our ops? Why are we going to
in
Russia
2026 or 2027? They're trying to get a game out in Russia.
Melbourne, Australia, Rio de Janeiro, London gets 3 games, Paris, Madrid, Munich, and Mexico City.
Okay, must be 2027. And the first game is a Wednesday this year, not Thursday.
Right, because it's in Australia and it has to be.
And it's the Super Bowl rematch, right?
No.
Patriots and Seahawks, isn't it?
No, I believe first game is Niners and Rams.
Really?
Yeah. I believe it's Niners and Rams.
I thought the Niner-Ram game was Thursday.
No, well, again, because that's why it's being played on Wednesday, because it's technically Thursday in Australia.
Oh, there's 2 games.
Right.
There's one on Wednesday.
Right.
One on Thursday.
Right. So maybe the Thursday game. I need to look at the actual schedule.
Yeah.
Let me look at the actual schedule. But no, the first game for sure in Australia is Niners and Rams. I know
the first game of the season.
Let me see. NFL Week 1. Oh no, you're absolutely correct. The first day, which would be the 9th, is the Patriots and Seahawks.
Yeah, because they wanted to start out the season. Usually they would do the NFC or the AFC conference game because there was more legs to that. But with the Patriots and Seahawks, have you watched any of the Hard Knocks?
I've just seen those clips that come out, because I don't have HBO anymore.
Right.
I stopped watching Hard Knocks a long time ago.
I watched the first episode and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Why is it just like
it's just the same old shit? It was like, oh, there's one NFL player that drives a crazy car, and then there's like the 7th round pick, that'll never make the team, or the undrafted guy that's so cute, but he's just not going to make the team. He's trying so hard.
Tropes every year.
It's the same shit.
Yeah.
But there's always the teams. Usually, when you win the Super Bowl or you make the playoffs, you're not forced to do it. The Seahawks wanted to do it, and I think it'll go right into another topic we wanted to talk about. Is a lot of these shows. I heard it on what's the fucking annoying Jet fan that does a sports show. He used to be on our old. Yeah, all 4 of them, but. God damn it. There's a Jet fan that used to be on our station in the mornings, and he's a diehard Jet fan, and he's trying to push a lot of these stories, these topics that are going on in Seattle, as whether it's the guy that was cut by the Lions and
Terry and Arnold,
the big signing for their cornerback Witherspoon, getting his big extension. They're all saying that they moved all this shit to be a part of Hard Knocks, just for a storyline, which I can understand.
Well, there are levels to it of being entertainment. I've said it a million times. These sports organizations learn from each other, and a lot of the time they realize that stirring the pot gets people on eyes on your team, whether it be good or bad at the time, and it makes money either way.
But who's making those decisions? Is the head coach being like, "Yo, we got to sign these guys to get eyes on our team," or is it the new owner?
Goodell.
Yeah, right. Like,
or the owners meeting.
Who's making all these decisions?
The rich white people that own it.
Exactly.
The same white people we were talking about.
Exactly. So right.
Again, it's
white people
all
aren't
about
playing
money.
It; they're just running it.
Well, it's just like with the overseas shit. The only reason they want an overseas team is to expand the goddamn league and to make more money. And that's why everybody wants this.
I thought it's because they want to grow the sport.
No, not at all. No one gives a shit about that. Let's be honest.
Oh, John Sparky has $3 in front of him.
You're going to run into the same problem that a lot of these other
It's fake money.
Yeah, it's all fake.
It's Hollywood money.
You're gonna run into the same problem that a lot of these other organizations like the WWE have, especially when it comes to your main show like the Super Bowl. If you send it overseas, one, will it be really welcomed like it would be
If
here?
you build it, they
And-
will come.
Well, at some point, I'm sure. But two, how are the American fans going to feel when you take away their biggest football day and give it to a different country?
The first comment I saw on a video about this, it said, "This is ridiculous. Fire Goodell." I'm like, why? Like,
Everybody's
why?
been saying that for years, though.
It's just a random, like, why?
Again, it's all just to get people back onto the NFL, talking about the NFL again. Because again, we've
It's a
been
slow
talking
news day.
about, we've been talking about them doing bringing a overseas team for fucking years.
Yeah.
It is not a new topic whatsoever, and it's the same thing with Hard Knocks and the Seahawks in this Terry and Arnold situation. Because
So
what a move.
So
dude.
catch us because we talked about it on the Early Bird in the morning
Yes.
show months ago, but break it down, because did he have an Airbnb and somebody stole some shit from his house?
Someone stole some shit from his house, and then they're like, someone was like, "Yo, it's those guys," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, word." So then he got some people to go get them, tie them up, torture them, and then it was like, "Wait, it wasn't them, right? Was that?"
yeah,
or-
it's pretty much it. Yeah,
It's
that's the
like,
layman.
wait, my
I hate it when that happens.
That's Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
it used to be
the
when we were in
Spark
high school.
Notes.
Spark Notes. Thank you.
That's a clip note.
Cliff Note and Spark Note. Yeah.
Either way, but yes. So Terry
It's a
and
note.
Arnold, the 23-year-old quarterback that used to play for
23.
He's 23.
Youngin.
And again, he's facing life in prison because right now he has 4 counts of kidnapping and 4 counts of armed robbery on him because they
Allegedly.
kidnapped 4 people and robbed them all because they allegedly thought, how do I put this?
It was
in
typically he
layman's terms?
thought that, she thought that, he
Yeah,
thought that, he thought that, he thought that. It's
They-
And his cousin and
Because,
and
yes,
this,
It all stems from the fact
but
that
he didn't do it, right?
no, and that's what I'm saying, that they have no proof that the 4 people that they strung up and robbed actually did anything
Yeah.
or robbed them.
But Arnold
They-
didn't really do anything, right?
No,
He
wasn't
like
the
organized
one.
it
He just
all.
collaborated.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't
Put
even
it together.
technically organize
Oh,
it
really?
either. His best friend,
Oh,
homie
God.
guy did, but they used like his like apartments he owned or something like
Mhm.
that. Like,
Oh, he told us to do it, man.
and he's exactly. And there's text messages and stuff that are all connecting him to
Oh.
it, but.
That could be AI.
The Seahawks bringing him in is just to kind of
Free
hopefully
Arnold.
fill a void. He's still going to be on the exempt list. He can't practice. He can't play until they figure out the investigation of what all went down and how it all ties into them. And I really just think this was all just to, again, like you said, stir the pot, get people talking about the NFL again, watching Hard Knocks more than likely.
Well, I saw the first episode, and Witherspoon was in hoodie and shorts, and
Yes.
he wasn't practicing, and they were like, "I got to get paid, fool.
And
I
the
gotta
guy
get paid."
is a good corner. Like,
And then
he's
within the next week, he got a record deal, the
Right.
highest paid cornerback. I'm like, okay, maybe it is a whole kind of spin.
Dude, to a point, I feel like all of it is a show, a television show like that. But again, the guy's a good player too. He's not a
Mhm.
scrub, so it really is a win-win for Seattle because if he doesn't go to prison and he plays for him and he's the 3rd best corner on their team, they now have the best freaking secondary probably in football again. And if he ends up getting busted and having to go to prison for life,
They don't lose anything.
they don't have to pay him anything. So it's really a win-win for them all around. And they get more people watching Hard Knocks, which inevitably is what the NFL wants. People just watching their products. So again,
So is this like Roger Goodell's like, "Yo, guys," he sits with the new Seahawks owners down. He's like, "I need you guys to do this. I need you."
No,
to
I
keep
think
us,
all
like-
in all, I think they just literally think about it that way, especially
Yeah.
with the sale of the Seahawks and how their entire offseason has been. I just can't see them not trying to do something to keep that going. You know what I mean?
Nobody's talking about the Super Bowl MVP.
Exactly. No one's talking about
Who was
Sam-
it? Oh yeah, the guy that they've traded.
That is
Or
now a
left for the
Kansas
walk.
City Chief.
Yeah.
but
And which is crazy. The first 5 minutes of that episode is when they were doing the
running back thing?
the ring ceremony
Oh,
of Hard Knocks, and the Seahawks have the rings come from the sky
right.
and land in each seat, and it's opened up, and it's like fucking huge.
yeah.
And you press a button, and it pops open, and it is fucking insane.
Dude,
Steve.
every year that the ring presentation and the rings themselves get more intricate.
got
Like,
this 6'7" guy holding it and it's like
Was it the
bigger in his hands. I was like, what the
Rams or
fuck?
something. The Rams, I believe, had a piece of the turf removed and put into each piece
Yeah.
of the ring. So you open up the ring and it looks like SoFi, and then there's like an actual piece of turf there from the field that they played on.
That's
they
like
won.
when you get a necklace and then like the woman that made this put a little bit of her period blood in
Yeah.
it just so
Dude,
it keeps all the women
Our blood
away.
is with me forever.
Yeah.
Well, when you have
Yes.
millions upon
It
millions,
scares away from the horse. The horse.
It did-
I'm gonna tell Ghostface that.
oh my god.
She's gonna
It's a
fucking
pheromone
hit me.
thing.
Oh,
I
man.
Hey, baby, it's girl time. Let me get some of that real quick on my ring.
You guys, but you guys have seen like what's that pawn shop show?
Yes.
That's what I was
Pawn
gonna say.
Stars.
How long
Pawn
until
Stars.
one of those is
Dude,
going there? It's gonna be the
How
trainer or something.
down bad do you gotta be into like? I guess I gotta
Oh,
sell
fuck it.
this beautiful ring, dude. Like that.
Dude, I
fucking
feel like that
sucks.
happens.
It's always like
No.
a linebacker coach. Is like, fuck
I feel
Right.
like it happens
Or
more
a
often than
no-name
not.
player that has
Mhm.
like never.
Adrian
Practice.
Peterson is like super bankrupt now. I'm sure he sold everything. He doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, but I'm sure he sold everything he's ever had just for some
He's gonna have
cash.
to sell
Fighting
that
at
gold
poker.
jacket when he finally
Yeah,
gets that
dude,
thing
for
too.
real, dude.
Probably.
Man. For I fight it,
Yeah.
I saw that video. He
I don't know how many
got-
times. Yeah, that's my homie. We always do that. But no, I don't know how many times I've watched that where they always have like Super Bowl rings and
Right.
that fucking the dad on that show Pawn Shop. He's like, I got 6 of those. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I
Got
bought it from
6
a third
Patriot-
assistant linebacker.
Right.
coach.
Oh, they got a divorce. She got it and come in here and traded it.
They're also literally the most recognizable pawn shop on the planet. So everybody goes to Vegas. I shouldn't say
I've been
just
there.
to do that, but
Yeah.
I went to just check it out.
right. And they just think, oh shit, it's actually in the area. I'm gonna go look at it. And then they realize how small it is.
And they
Yeah.
own that whole street now.
Yeah.
They got a barbecue shop, a
spot,
candy
yeah.
shop.
So it makes sense that like big name celebrities would show up when they're in Vegas and like, you know what, I need some extra, scratch to go play poker tonight, and they just take their ring that they don't want anymore. Here,
Dude, but it sucks that just
$400.
like you work so hard and then 20 years later you're just randomly down bad and you're like, fuck,
I'm never
dude, I
gonna
gotta
wear
get-
this
I
fucking
gotta
thing.
get rid of this thing. Like
that does suck. Like
That
that,
Fucking
fucking
mortgage is
sucks.
behind.
I would be hard.
your
Bro.
daughter wants to go to college. You're like,
I got it.
dude, that sucks.
That does. I mean, again, but when you have millions upon millions of dollars that you were spending at the time, playing football, and I don't think they really care.
And I you guys have heard this about the sports people, right? Like they don't really make a lot, or they're
The
like
practice squad guys.
or just like even like a regular guy makes 6 million. He actually makes 2 million on the 6 million and
Yeah.
has to pay
Oh,
everything, and then
After taxes,
he gets
and
a salary of
training.
less than $1 million, and it's like, damn, that kind of fucking sucks.
No,
you
it
know?
does. That's what I've always said. Like every time we hear of one of these guys' new contracts, it's like
Yeah.
$100 million, 150, $300 million.
You get money. You get money. It was
Yeah.
like that rookie running back Jeremiah Love.
Right.
He's like one of the top 10 paid running backs. And he
Right
hasn't
off
even
the
taken
bat.
a snap.
right off
Fuck.
the bat.
It's
And again,
because these draft and the salary cap, and it goes right back
Yeah,
to what we
yeah.
were talking about. All the money, everything the NFL does is for money and growth of that league to make more money.
that's why I do not, or I really wouldn't be surprised, I should say, if the theory or that's going around the internet right now that they signed Terry and Arnold just to get more eyes on Hard Knocks wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, because again, more people looking at their stuff, more people talking about the NFL like us right now, the more money that they get, and they get the money to actually build these expansion teams and continue to take over the world like Disney wants to.
Yep. And
It just-
they're halfway there.
It makes more sense that it would be like pre-conspired, because I just don't see the Seahawks as the kind of organization to hire. A
Yeah, but do we
felon.
really think Roger Goodell is that evil menace that's just been sitting there in his chair? Like,
Well, I saw
trying
it
to
like
take
a
over
week
the
Fans
world.
think
ago.
so.
Arnold was like visiting other NFL teams. I was like, I don't see anybody just working him out and letting him go.
No.
I mean,
No.
that guy is a badass corner, but I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was just throwing it out there because that was the main topic. I think it was Mike, the guy that used to be Mike and Mike, the Greenie.
Greenie, yeah.
And he
there we
was
go.
the one that dying on it. He said, it's not that, it's this, it's Witherspoon, blah, 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 blah. And I can understand, viewership, entertainment. I mean, I'm a big wrestling fan. I know what I'm getting into when I turn it on. But I mean, it still is the NFL. I mean, it always goes back to, my dad's age. They're like, I don't even watch football anymore. It's all fucking bullshit. It's all made up. It's all set up.
It's all rigged.
Like, maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
Mm.
But it's the most entertaining sport I'm watching. So until my Dolphins win a Super Bowl, I'll be watching. So it's going to be a while.
And again, it's captivating either way. You
Right.
want to watch and see what happens next. We want to see if Terry and Arnold turns it around and becomes another, top tier corner. But we're never going to know until it actually all comes to light with whatever the hell he's going through in the court system.
And as a Packer fan, I mean, it always goes back to Dallas. But I mean, how do you think your team is going into the season? Do you have high expectations if they can stay healthy, or do you think they took a step back this offseason?
I've been watching football consistently, like where I'm like really watching it throughout the off season and shit, probably like the last 8 years. I've been watching football since I was a kid though. But all I've learned in the last few years of being a consistent watcher is that none of the bullshit, nothing matters until it's like December.
Right.
Like you can have all these feelings and all these thoughts, but until the hand is done shaking and all the dice are everywhere, you won't know how your team is doing or what they're doing until about the middle of the season, and then you can give up. And then so all right now you could just be like, you just like enjoy it or don't enjoy it. Just you take it at surface value. But you really start to let your emotions get involved when you know they're like, oh, they're really not going to be anything this year. And anything can happen with injuries and shit. Like, that's why, like, we were doing so well. The second week last year, dumbass fucking left tackle was like, yeah, we're going undefeated. And then we lost like 9 games in a row. Like,
and you said that.
I said it. I'm like, that's going to be so bad. I know it is. And here we are. But we also got a new defensive coordinator. So that, like, and then, Josh Jacobs is getting kind of old and he beat his wife over the summer. So it's like, dude, it's like everybody has like some shit. I'm honestly like not even looking forward to football.
Really?
Like, yeah, I'm kind of
probably because you have 7 fantasy teams.
Honestly, yeah.
You're out there with me.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna need a loan just to get started.
Dude, that's nuts. I could barely keep track of 3. How are you in 7?
I normally only do 1 or 2. This is the first year everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, and I think finally I won last year, so I'm like, all right,
I'm gonna write it.
I think I could do this.
Take all my winnings. We're gonna triple that shit.
Dead ass, dude.
Put it all on red.
It sucks because I don't know. It's just I try not to get too excited and too invested into it, even though I know that's what will make good radio and good or just good banter for sports teams and stuff. But realistically, I'm in that world where I'm like, we'll see what happens.
Dude, once football starts, the year's over.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like boom, the year is over. The fair's here. It's Christmas. It's over.
We're already in that
then
mode.
It's Halloween, and it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Right?
Jesus.
And there's football on Christmas this year. There's football on every damn holiday, and it's just gonna be insane. But I look forward to it, not only because of fantasy football, but it's Tua time is over. We get to see what Malik Willis. I'm pumped about Malik Willis.
How's Jeff Hafley treating you, bro?
I love that guy, man.
Isn't he? Does it?
I was just showing him
on his
before.
like press conferences, just fucking.
He is so money,
he's
dude.
Like, he's good, dude.
And I'm not
he's
like, what the fuck did my coach just
right,
say?
Right,
He's not
like. He's not like getting the vape and shit. Like
freaking stutter half
McDaniel
the time.
talking in circles, not even understanding his own shit.
No, dude, dead ass. Like you're in for like I think today I saw a clip of him. He's like no block, no rock.
Yeah, exactly. We were just showing him that.
There you go.
I was like, that's how
I'll play football for you, fucking Jeff Hafley.
And that's what I've heard from players that have done podcasts or little ESPN interviews. Like, how's the difference? And he said, dude, it feels like Brian Flores is back in the building. It's not about the number. It's all about the team. You work, you make the team, you work, you play.
So how was Mike McDaniel in there? Was he just
was
more
always
like,
hey, I'm your homie, dog. I'm like, we're going to win it all. And it was just like the players coach. It wasn't, we're player to play football. Like, if you don't want to play football, if you're going to do half-ass. And that was the problem that last year or 2 with McDaniel is he lost the locker room because there was no backbone. There was no structure, and the team gave up on him.
Only good vibes and pot smoking energy can only go so far.
And Hafley seems to be that all football. This is a team thing. We're doing this together.
I always felt like watching Hafley, you felt like he was real about shit, but you could also be jokey and not jokey, but like you could be honest with him about things, not to a point where it's that players coach or kind of like a Sean Payne where I don't know these people, but like I feel like they have a really rough exterior. He seemed really well spoken and articulate, but also like he'd welcome like I don't know. He just seemed like he had a good vibe. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say, but
that's why we said it a couple weeks ago, and I stand by it. I think Dolphins are one of those sleeper teams this year that end up winning at least half their games.
Yeah.
Like I would not be surprised if I see you guys in a wild card.
And if you're in a Dolphin group like I am, they're all like, we're going to fuck it up. We're supposed to have the first pick next year, and we're going to win half the games this year and fuck up our draft pick. I'm like, what? Now you don't want us to win?
Do you think this could be like a Geno Smith thing with the Raiders where where like they get this new quarterback, it's like cool, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what the fuck?
I like what I've seen out of Willis, which you would probably know more about Malik Willis than I have because I haven't seen him play in a real game much. But what I've seen out of practice, his demeanor, I mean, the guy can take a hit, which we haven't had in a couple of years. The guy has an arm, and he could run.
And he's left-handed, or right? Isn't he?
Right-handed.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, he's
right. Okay.
And we've actually built an offensive line with these young fucking monsoon big-ass motherfuckers. Right. So I'm pumped.
Oh, and that was what I was going to bring up is that there's a clear difference between the Raiders and the Dolphins. The Raiders, when they brought in Pete Carroll and Geno and all that, it was all really kind of based on how Pete could build the team and figure it out. And like, it was all kind of based on hope. This is different. Like you can kind of see with Halfley the difference in just mentality that the Dolphins are going to have. Like you said, there's a young offensive line in front of them that's going to struggle more than likely at times, but they'll figure it out. And there's just a different feeling around the entire thing. So I wouldn't compare the two at all.
I would say, I mean, I wouldn't expect, it's a totally different thing. Is like the Dolphins have rebuilt 20 times in my lifetime, and it's either they go big and free agency and they just buy a team that looks good and it's going to sell tickets, or they go the route that they're doing again with this, where let's go young, let's cut off all these overpaid contracts, we'll bite the bullet this year and we'll start from the bottom and build, and they'll keep the character players that are the core guys, like Jordan Brooks led the league in
who
tackles
I was going to ask, like who's on the Dolphins right now that is like a staple, like Achane, right?
Yeah.
And who else?
I think it's going to be more of the defensive guys.
Okay.
I think it's Jordan Brooks. I think there's a couple linemen.
Is that a DB or
Didn't you guys have Jordan Phillips too?
Yeah,
the rookie.
No, they
last
traded
year?
him. No,
Jordan Phillips. He's a big defensive tackle.
Oh, okay.
Who
am I thinking of? Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips.
We got rid of Jalen that ended up getting cut again, right?
I
think he went to Philly, and
he went to Philly.
Flair was all happy, and then I don't think they re-signed him. I think he went to Carolina.
Yes, he did. I think
which was like, well, thanks. You gave us a couple trash picks for him, and you just let him go.
Yeah.
Again, the NFC South in general is just in shambles right now, so he'll probably see the field more likely, unless he's part of it. I actually don't know what the Panthers.
The fuck is going down in the South?
He hates
Panthers.
No, you look at all the injuries and stuff that the NFC South teams have had. It's gonna be a really rough.
And it's gonna be weird because not only with the suspensions, and there's still a couple more suspensions coming.
Yep.
Players have been hurt. A lot of them in San Francisco again. And
I'm telling you,
there's a ton of players, ton of veterans that haven't signed with teams yet.
I don't give a shit what San Francisco says. That thing, that stupid freaking power plant, whatever the hell it is, it's right next door. That's what it is. It's right there.
Is that what shot Ricky Pierce on the chest?
Probably.
They talked about moving their practice facility just because of all the people saying it.
You have trees that are half alive and half dead. Dog, there's a problem. Come on. When George Kittle came out with that, I was like, you cannot ignore this. Come on.
That's not a coincidence, dog.
No. That's some horror movie shit. Like, come on.
It's like
the freaking
like half the field is dead grass and weeds, and like, come on, dude, we can't practice.
And we haven't talked to you in a while. Did you watch the Tony Romo video?
Oh, it's
the one where he's getting
stretching
DUI or OWI.
I saw the lady was a real bitch to him too. Not a bitch, but I guess she was like,
I just hate that little fucking smirk of his. I'm like, I would have fucking hit him.
No, I loved it when
I took the body cam off.
He had a concussion. He goes, in the past, or like
in the past, I played football. I took a lot of hits, but today, no.
And he really did have a little smirk throughout the entire.
I fucking hate that little dimple. Like
the entire.
Those are the guys that want to punch.
Well, and he's getting a lot of grief for the grandma and grandpa's house comment. And I'm like,
wait, what did he say? What was the comment?
Well, he was going to his grandparents.
Yeah. Well, again, but I every time someone brings this up, I always say he's not probably talking about his actual grandparents. He's probably talking about his parents
Mhm.
because, again, white person thing, I realize. But when, somebody has kids, your parents
Yeah.
now become grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, my
I
dad
see,
turned into
I see.
Papa, and
Right.
see.
I
You
get
don't
it.
call them
Yeah.
mom and dad anymore most of the time because the kids know them as something different.
Yeah.
So you just go with what the kids know them as.
so someone Wikipedia'd his ass and said his grandparents been dead for 12 years.
yeah,
so
that's the
funny.
thing. That's
It's
I
so
saw too.
funny.
So everyone's like, he was lying. And I was like, well, first off, yeah, he lied when he said he didn't have a drink today. He had a beer in the goddamn gym.
He would never lie.
Yeah, it's like
My
clearly he
funniest
fucking
part was
lied.
I think
he
the
was
line is
stretching.
the issue here.
Yeah, I don't
When he
think
was
it's a lie.
stretching for the fucking thing, I was like, oh fuck.
Exactly. Then we find out he had a shooter in his freaking
Couple in
backpack.
his
and
backpack.
shit. So it's like, dude, he was hammered.
Yeah,
That's funny.
wearing
But-
sandals and I was like,
The question we've been trying to mull over: does he lose his gig, or does CBS kind of just wait this out until everyone stops talking about it?
I feel like if you're a talking head and you're a color commentator and you do shit like that, you're fired. Like
you would think, but it's Tony Romo.
Dude, and they haven't fired him yet.
yeah, but they didn't fire Mark Sanchez right away either. Then he was gone.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's like,
True.
they also on there and they gotta make sure we're good, right? Like we can't.
They got to see if he can get a good enough lawyer.
Like,
to
are
get
we?
him
If
off.
we fire him right now, he's gonna sue us for like some work shit, or are we good? Like,
His grandparents are attorneys. You better watch that shit.
I feel like unless you're a comedian or like in a world where that shit don't
Is
matter, and
allowed.
it's just so.
Do you
not even-
remember Dennis
just-
Miller when
yeah,
he tried Monday Night Football and he
Mhm.
was faded
There we
all the
go.
time? That lasted like half a season.
yeah, and it's just yeah, I just and especially because we're all cool with it or like the joking about it, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of Christian people and a lot of like really
Mhm.
like stuck up people that watch football that I'm sure don't want to see anybody kneel or don't want to hear anybody getting DUI. You know?
I thought for sure in the beginning, I was like, oh, he'll be back by week 1. And the more that I watched the video, the more I read more, I don't think he does come back.
I don't think he does either. I think they hold out for a little bit just to kind of wait and see what happens, but inevitably they probably let him go.
But they've got tons of options because ESPN has pretty much fired everybody.
Yep, they let go
Yeah.
of Woody too. Woody, right?
Yeah.
When they got or was announced today that he's
Damian
not gonna
Woody.
be
Ryan
coming
Clark
back.
cried.
Yes, Ryan Clark. I mean, more than half of the football analysts are gone.
Yeah. Well, again, that's because they bought NFL Network though, and they have all of their guys. So they're just like, well, we don't need our guys anymore. Like, we can just get rid of these. Plus, well, and we talked about it. I mean, at what point do the networks really kind of have to toe the line of how many journalists you have and how many former players you have?
Right.
And then how do you really toe the line of how old you want your former players to be so they know more relevant based stuff around the league compared to, the old, Super Bowl champion winning quarterback that they have that's been there forever.
Hey, look,
So-
nothing against the greats like Terry Bradshaw, but I don't need to.
Terry needs to retire.
I don't need to turn the
Terry
channel
need to
and hear him go.
retire.
I think the quarterback needs to run. I'm for the receivers.
And
they
the,
should
what's
not
the
be
big
near-
black dude that sits next to him all the time?
Booger? No,
No, God, I know who you're talking about.
Nobody
too,
knows
but I
his
can't
name.
Remember.
I don't think anyone knows his
Regardless,
name, but he should be gone too. He sucks.
again, it's just,
out of context, that sounds terrible. That
But-
old black guy needs to be
but
gone. He needs
Chris
to get out
Berman-
of here.
Chris Berman died like 5 years ago, and he's
Chris
still doing
Berman, that poor
Berman's
bastard,
fastest 2 or
dude.
3 minutes.
He's taking 3 minutes to do him now.
And I'm like, dude, why don't you
and they
just
still bring
AI
him
his
back.
ass?
Exactly.
Just AI Boomer, man. Come on.
Oh, you already did it with oh God, what was the actor who died that was in all those Hunger Game movies? They brought him back for that one final movie.
Elliot Page?
No.
I
White
like Hunger
guy.
Games.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's besides the point.
I just watched those for the first time too.
It's
I
just
volunteer as tribute.
well,
I
and-
just went like this all the time. There's a new one coming out. I'm pumped.
Yeah, the
there
Hunger
is.
Games every day at my house at noon. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Giggity.
Oh Lord. All right, before we get out of here, there was one more story I wanted to bounce off you guys because it is the only thing people are talking about in the world of basketball right now. But the sale of the Lakers and the Buss family trying to sell their 17.8% of the team. Jeanie Buss, the one that everybody knows more well than the other 5 siblings that she has, doesn't want that to happen. Obviously, she's the governor of the Lakers and doesn't want to lose that, so she's trying to fight it. Her lawyer pretty much sent a cease and desist order to their siblings. I don't want to call it cease and desist, but it was definitely a letter that said, "Hey, this sale's not going to happen unless we can get the 3 main kids to all agree to it.
The fifth one's like, what the fuck?
Exactly. But every other, like, how do you guys feel about this? I feel like it's kind of weird just because the sale itself is still kind of weird. We still don't know why he sold to Bob Iger and Kushner. People are now even going as far to say Donald Trump is connected to this to get the feds off of Walter's ass. I just think that the Buss family, one, are probably trying to spite their sister, because Jeanie has pretty much fired damn near all of them from being a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
2, they just saw that their team went for $12.5 billion, with a B, and they want in on that. And C, all of this could just be a really big story just because of nothing, or they're just seeing something in the water as well, like the rest of us, and saying, fuck it, we want out too before this shit really hits the fan.
I'm gonna just add on to that.
Go ahead,
because this is gonna be really left field and gonna take you guys. You're gonna be like, really, Anthony? You think that? Because you said
no, that's fine. Take
said
a tinfoil hat. Might as well.
I'm going to the water thing you just said.
Water
Left in the water. What you just said right now.
Oh, I mean, that's not necessarily what
I know, but you said a
but
phrase. You said this great,
Yeah.
but what did you say? You said left in the water, right?
Yeah, left out in the water or
Okay.
whatever. I don't know.
I think that the Seattle Seahawks sold and the Lakers sold because the billionaire owners of these companies know that there's going to be a mega earthquake that sinks half the West Coast. And they're trying to get ahead of it and sell their teams, take all the money, and run. So it could be some conspiracy shit, but the big one's coming, guys.
Well, we knew the Seahawks one was going on for years.
Yes.
They've been knowing that the earthquake is coming for years.
Well, the Seahawks
they've been planning this.
The Seahawks sold because
that's why they want to do
original,
Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the last episode.
The big one. I don't know.
We're all
I
worried about New Orleans, but it's really the Western Seaboard.
I personally think
I think it's an earthquake shit, and there's gonna be a flood, and we're losing half the West
the
Coast.
Seahawks sold though because the original owner who died had it in his will that they had.
He
to sell
died because he knew
eventually.
there was gonna be an earthquake that flooded half the West Coast.
That's why he died. Yes, he ended his life solely because of that fact.
I think they sold because
What's the real reason, Sparky?
I personally think there's some deeper shit going on with the
It
investigation.
just seems so sudden and weird, and the people buying it are connected. It just seems so like.
And the funniest thing is they went up in price when they got rid of LeBron.
Well, that again, I think that's just because that's sports inflation and everything that's going on with.
But it's not like they won a championship. It's not like they are the Lakers, the almighty Lakers. It's like selling the Celtics or selling somebody like that, which that might be the new thing. I asked some financial advisors during the Money Wise show, and they were under the impression it's just going to be the new thing.
Right.
That a lot of, it's like the Packers when they started, selling small shares. We have a couple buddies at MoneyWise that bought that small little 0.5%, and they
they're gonna go to the owners meeting.
And we get like 1/16 of a vote or whatever. But he's a diehard Packer fan, so it's more of wall art. But I think it's maybe more of how fucked up the economy is.
Right.
And there's also some talks that there might be some heavy taxes coming to these states, especially California, that, they're trying to put out the billionaire tax out in California. They're putting out all these other taxes where they can probably cash in and get the fuck out while they can. But that investigation is the one that makes me scratch my head and maybe pull out some foil, because if the Dodgers sell, after this season, then we know, okay, there's deeper shit going on with this guy.
Well, and also I'm thinking in my head, the Buss family just see that their team went up $2.5 billion and want a cut of that money that they could split amongst each other. And with Jeanie being the only one that's actually a part of it, she's really the only one that cares to keep it in the family anymore, more than likely. But I agree. I think a lot of them just kind of see that there's writing on the wall here that maybe they sold to a bad guy or somebody who was in some bad dealings, and they're afraid that the value of the team drops if that does come. I don't know exactly what that would affect the team at all. I just find this a little bit weird that the Buss family immediately says, oh, we want out too. Our 18% stake is going to go to whoever the hell the biggest stakeholder is. I just find that to be a little weird, unless, again, one, they're trying to spite their sister who was the governor of the team and will be no longer if this does go through. Well, apparently, but Bob Iger claims that he's going to keep her there. I doubt it. But, or two, like you said, there's just something that they know we don't and that's all going to come to light at some point, and they want out and they don't want anything to do with it. And that would suck though for the Lakers, because obviously, like you just said, it's one of sports' biggest franchises. It's going to continue to be unless there's something major that happens, a major fallout. And if there is some connection to some money dealings where they maybe paid a certain somebody for in a contract because of the dealings that Mark Walter was able to do, kind of like what the Clippers are going through right now, there's going to be a lot of questions about most of these LA teams, because Walter obviously has stake in the Dodgers. And I'm not going to sit here and say that the Dodgers, Clippers, and Lakers all had that happen and everybody else in LA didn't. Like we're really just going to believe that everybody, like the Angels, who again suck, but at the same time, they're going to try to do something to make that not the case. Everybody's going to try to figure something out to get ahead of the game and get ahead of their competition. So why wouldn't the other teams in LA do something like that? You know what I'm saying? Again, tinfoil hat episode. I realize. I apologize.
What's next?
For
Is he going to sell? Is
phone.
Jerry going to sell the Cowboys?
No, well,
that'd
maybe.
be crazy.
That would
dude.
shock the world.
Dude, that would.
But can you imagine how much money that team would be worth?
Well, it's been estimated that it's about the same as the Lakers, about $12.5 billion. And again,
they're both like the biggest teams of the sports, right?
Yes.
Like,
Well, outside of like the Yankees and the Dodgers and stuff
yeah.
like that. But again, they're all estimated. Until you actually put the team up for sale, you'll never know how much it's actually going
At
to
least over 10 billion
is what they pay. They will pay for
exactly. And then how much the brand is and how much they can expand off of it. And
which
that's
is also
why-
weird. Is things that we didn't really get into last time when it went official was a lot of these that ex Disney guy
Bob Iger. Yeah.
I mean, he was heavy into wanting to be a part of the Vegas team,
Right.
And now that opens up. That's right around the corner as well. And he's also a diehard Clippers fan. So it was like, that's what made it weird to me, is because he's not a Laker guy. He's an all Clipper guy. He's posted all about the Clippers. He walks around with Clipper shit. And he was one of the main names in the Vegas whenever that goes on. And then all of a sudden, and I've read the reports of, a lot of the friends of the family and said it all happened quick.
Yes.
Which makes me think you got to call the rich homie like, hey, something's going to happen.
100%.
You got to get rid of some shit. Let's go. Let's get this done.
Because I did mention that last time we talked about this, that the Kushner and the Bob Iger group were trying to find their own team. That's why I felt it was weird as well, because you're looking to build your own franchise in a completely new city and then randomly get a call saying, hey, a team's available. Oh, it just so happens to be the Lakers, who just got sold 10 months ago. And as I said then, and I believe Flail said the same thing, imagine what that team would be in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, when you got closer to a championship, or maybe Luka wins an MVP or something of that nature. The money they would be making would be much higher than they did, hand over fist. So there has to be something that the feds are sniffing out with Walter. And that sucks. Like it does, but it's all going to come to a head here at some point. And that's why I wonder with this Jeanie Buss situation in the Buss family. It sucks for Jeanie, because obviously she may lose her job that she was pretty much going to be sitting on for the next 5 years. But if the family wants out and the other 5 can figure out a way to essentially get around her to sell the portions of it, I mean, she's kind of SOL.
All right.
I mean, I don't know exactly. You burnt the bridges with all of your family. You fired your brother, literally, who was head of basketball operations at one point. Now, granted, again, he sucked.
Yeah.
But you still fired him. And everybody else in the family is really just kind of hands off with the team outside of you. And I feel like that's on purpose, because Jeanie kind of made it that way. So they may just be looking just to scorn her out of this whole thing. And with Bob Iger and Kushner coming in, this is the perfect opportunity for them to do that. So
while
why
making
not?
money.
Exactly. While making another $2 billion on top of what they made already.
That's fucking insane.
I know. But again, it's the Buss family's dealings. It's what they want. Jeannie's going to do everything in her power to make it not happen.
She should hit up Arnold and see what homies he was using to.
Absolutely.
Hey, can you kidnap my brothers and sisters real quick?
Kidding.
I got you.
But again, man, it's weird. It's weird timing. It's all weird situations. And I hate that we have to wait for a federal. It's just like the Clippers situation. I hate we have to wait for the investigation to get done before we actually get the full story of all of this. But once we do, I feel like it's all going to just make sense. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, okay, that's why the Buss family wanted to sell their 18%.
Wait for the 30 for 30.
Exactly. And honestly, that's what I was thinking last week when we were talking about this is all the LA teams, if they get busted at the same time, that could be one of the most legendary 30 for 30 documentaries of all fucking time, dude.
So what's your next show, Anthony, before we go?
Again, hosting up a mic this Thursday at the club, the Well Comedy Club, and then Saturday I will be in Delano, California at La Fonda Taqueria, dude. Come check it out.
How do they find you?
Well, Trent Babb, friend of mine, who books a lot of shows. Oh, sorry.
Name dropping. Bamfany.
Yeah, Bamfany. I misread the question. I misread the question.
Bamfany. Who are you sleeping with? I didn't ask you that.
And then are you still doing the podcast? The Jaguars did?
Yeah, dude. Jaguars did. Listen to it on YouTube, man. I got episodes every Wednesday. Check it out.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Great to see you
here
again. Hell yeah. Appreciate you.
Love you, brother. Hopefully we see you again soon.
Hell yeah.
Sparky, have a good night, my friend. Everybody listening and watching, we appreciate you. We'll see you guys on Saturday, early Saturday morning. Hopefully have some good sports stories we can get into as the NFL preseason gets going once again on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Every time. You got to do the fart joke every time.
It's not a fart joke. It's a signal. I got a shit.
Between him and the
coffee.
It's the fart joke and the feet jokes, man.
He's got a shot